Okay, so he just plays the plains. Our plains was better than his. Okay, so he just plays the plains. Our plains was better than his. Getting some feedback here. Sorry about that. We're just going to play this strategic planning. So major punt by me. I believe the mic might have been muted the entire beginning of the match here. So anyone just joining in, very sorry about that. And for those of you that have been here, also very sorry about that. So I guess no one heard my quick run through of the deck, but Pascal Maynard's list seems like it's going to be a lot of fun for us. So we'll see what's going on here. Treasure map. Is this that green-white ramp deck? Okay. Well, let's Champion of Wits. And we'll keep the Glacial Fortress. We'll discard God-Pharaoh's gift, and we actually need to draw cards now that we have the God-Pharaoh's gift, but we also need other creatures in the graveyard, so I think we can pitch Chart a Course. And we'll just go ahead and get in again with the cat. I don't think he's really worried about the damage here, as I think this is an approach deck. Okay, well, so we can do a lot of things here. We can chart a course, search for Azcanta, or we can Minister of Inquiries and either the previous two, or Champion of Wits and Minister. If we're going to be putting some type of beatdown on this deck, which we might have to try, Champion of Wits may be the way to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so if we search for Azcanta and chart a course, we actually can flip search next turn. I actually like that. So we will go ahead and search. I'm going to this will be 6. I can do it after combat. And then the card we get to dump off the top next turn will give us 7. So we can flip this if we want to. I mean, we may not even want to flip it. Okay, there's a Sacred Cat. And so that's going to make the champion really, really good if we can somehow manage to get a Refurbish. So he goes ahead and scries with his Sacred Cat, or sorry, with his treasure map. And he's going to get to use that very, very soon. Okay, so let's take a look and see what the search for Azcanta shows up. It's a land. Yeah, we will go ahead and put that in the graveyard, and we will go ahead and transform search. I am going to just Champion of Wits here. I'd like to draw a land and discard. I don't want to discard too much because he's going to be able to we'll do a cat and we can give him one angel. We've got to get him to go ahead and pop this scavenger grounds. Now I'm actually just going to play Minister. And then we'll go ahead and get in. We're only getting in for 3, but if he wants to settle here, that's fine. And we'll bring back the cat. Still haven't hit the Refurbish. We hit the Refurbish, we got to start making him play, like, we've got to make him tap out. But as of right now, we're on a beatdown plan that seems to be working. Alright, there we go. So he's going to sack the Haship Oasis. And there goes the graveyards. We can refill them though. We have 2 pieces of the combo right here. Depending on his play this turn, I mean, he's going to have some. What, he was going to have 5 mana open. We're swinging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so he's gonna make some zombies. The main board, like graveyard hate, that's gonna hurt us. Welcome to the stream, guys. All right, so let's cast Angel of Invention. And then kind of want to fabricate, like to, I think we're going to just give the counters here. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just give counters. I don't want to give him additional life because, I mean, we're already much wider than he is. I don't want to give him additional life if we can avoid it. I am going to swing at him here, though, with everything. I mean, this is lethal. He has to block something. I assume he's blocking the 2 Champion of Wits. And he's got to answer this. We'll see if he has answers. Maybe he'll just sack his treasure, draw a card main phase, and we'll be okay. But he's got 5 cards in hand. I'm sure he has something. I mean, how could you play in this meta without playing something to answer this? I've got 9 cards in exile and 2 in the graveyard. He's got 1 in exile and 1 in the graveyard. He's played 2 spells. Maybe that doesn't say a lot for us. I mean, it is a deck full of roadblocks, though. Alright. We don't need to see those anymore. Fumigate? Or is this just an approach? Nope, Sandworm Convergence. Well, that doesn't gain him life. And as scary as a 5/5 is there any reason we don't block? I mean, don't just swing? You guys are gonna kill me if I'm swinging into something here. I just don't think there's anything with 1 white mana. Did I not swing with the angel? Oh, creatures with flying can't attack. Okay. So it was missing something. Let's draw some cards. Let's see what's going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll hit a land for this turn. We can drop the Chart a Course and the search for Azcanta. Go ahead and hit our land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. We can go ahead and just... Oh, there it is. Should be fairly hard to lose from here. I don't know. I mean, he's probably got some good tricks. We don't need a flyer. What do we need? Flyers won't work. Gift of Paradise, gain 3 life. Okay. Another treasure map. Alright, so we're gonna opt. We'll put that on the bottom. Ooh, another refurbish. But we've got no God-Pharaoh's gift. Need a land. Sacred Cat. Okay, so as of right now, we swing, we get 2 points of damage through. We'll just Sacred Cat. Let's mill ourselves. Cast. Oh, there's our cast out. Okay. Alright. Let's... What could we look for? What could we look for that would help us? Chart a course. Oh, it wouldn't do us any good. Okay, so both of these Sacred Cats are real, so let's go for the 2 damage. Oh, we shouldn't have done that. We shouldn't have done that. Now he just eats them. Okay, so we need angels to go wide. I've got to get wider than these worms. Okay, so he exiles all graveyards. Okay, so he's looking at his map, trying to find some treasure. Man, just not being able to attack with flyers, that's pretty good. It's worth ramping into, I guess. It's good against this. There's his approach. Let's see what we can find. 4 lands. Wow. Okay. And our last land that we... Hold on a minute. Do we need it? I think we have to mill ourselves. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay. So we get some ministers. And we will always yield to it. We will take a minister. This is, it's just a few turns too late, I'm afraid. Few turns too late. He's even cycling the cast out. He's not worried about what I can do. He's got blockers for days. Hey, Cat Collar, how's it going, bud? We're just running Pascal Maynard's list. That's pretty strong. I think I just milled myself again. See if I can find something good here. Alright. Champion of Wits seems perfectly decent. And there goes the Champion of Wits. Maybe I should just hard cast it. He can do that for days. Going to be game. He's already cast Approach of the Second Sun once, so yeah, it's not going to go real well for us there. He doesn't have a lot of ways to like dig through his deck, but he can draw cards with that Treasure Cove wherever it went. Double Treasure Coves. Okay. So he's digging. He's just going to go get his approach, and then that'll be it for us. $34 life, though. This would have been really good against some other type of deck. There we go. That's all he had to do is just tap his mana and play it. Okay, so do we need Angel of Sanctions? Probably going to try to counter us. We don't need Senor Roadblock Cat. I don't think. Do you think he's gonna have creatures? Maybe to get rid of the Sandworm convergence, maybe we'll go the Angels. What are we cutting here? Chart a course, maybe? Yeah, let's just cut through a few chart a course and then run it back like this. We don't know if I want to run the land. Doesn't seem overly productive with the way he can just get rid of graveyards. However, that's probably his only copy of that Scavenging Grounds. Sure did a number on us though, didn't it? Alright, so we're on the play again. We have quite a few draw options. We can get set up quick. We have our Refurbish. All we gotta do is dump a God-Pharaoh's Gift in the graveyard and go. We'll try it. We'll see just how fast this deck can be, I guess. And we'll play our Minister and pass the turn. Let's change the music. Okay, so he just plays a tap land, passes back to us. We will go digging for some land. We can dump that Minister and unfortunately dump that cast out. We'll take this land. And I think we're just on aggressive mill plan here. We don't have to do it now since we know we're going to mill. We don't have to give him the information of what we have available to us in our graveyard. I think for this deck I'll keep our graveyard up here where we can all see it. Shepherd Dooms and a treasure map. Turn 2 treasure map, just so good. Alright, so we will go ahead and mill ourselves. We got a God-Pharaoh's Gift, Opt, and Angel of Invention. So we've got everything we could want right there. We just need a land. Draw 2, discard 2. Ooh. So we no longer need Minister. Unfortunately, I think we need to dump the Angel. And we'll just attack here. I mean, we have everything we could want in the graveyard. We just need the land to cast it. So he's got a Field of Ruin. Oh, that's not what we were looking for. Might as well play it. Bring that in. I assumed he was control. Oh, what an idiot. well, we can cycle a cast out. We can do chart a course, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and chart a course. We'll draw some more cards. Go, more land. And we'll just pass the turn. Well, he's did hit his 4th land drop. So I'm assuming he has cast out here. We're gonna find out. And we will enter combat. There's the cast out. Okay, so he didn't get to put a point on his treasure map this turn. And we'll keep our cast out and just get his next turn. Okay. I don't know why I brought this in. I was just thinking approach, blue. Bad habit. Very sorry. Don't bring in Lloyd. Don't bring in Jace's defeat against a non-blue deck. That'll be my advice for this deck. So far, it's really fun, and it looks like it's probably the most effective way of getting your God-Pharaoh's gift out early. Just more land. So we will cast out. As much as I want to hit that treasure map, we won't be doing it. And then we'll just go ahead and move into combat, where we grab an Angel of Invention. I think with this first one, we can just go big and put counters on it. If he has his servo thing, we'll worry about that next turn. Yeah, so let's just we'll go counters on this one. Maybe I should have went servos on this one and counters on the next one, but oh my god, I need to turn off that auto attack or auto transfer. What is that? 8. Oh, major punt. Yeah, so I just grabbed the deck. It looked like a really good deck. I figure a lot of people are going to do the exact same thing I've done this week with just, hey, this deck looks fun. It's different. It's not what's the norm. I'm going to go buy it. I'm going to play it. So I'm kind of learning the deck for the first time, like other than, you know, seeing it played at the Pro Tour and just knowing the basic concept of it. Well, that's cool. It only has haste till end of turn. It can't do things on their turn. Oh, it's definitely an interesting deck. Wow, the stream is so far behind. I wonder why that is. It's crazy. You guys are, when I'm saying this, I don't think you've even seen my Angel punt yet. got his scavenger grounds. Do we just go to combat? Make him do his scavenger grounds thing? If he waited to target, he's a little late. Okay, so now we're gonna make servos. And then we're gonna swing into this massive settle the wreckage right here. Yep. Okay. And now that we have his treasure map, that'll help a little bit. I'm sure he wants to scry once before this happens, but then he won't be able to get rid of the graveyard. And we will take it. So that'll be our turn. What time is it there in the UK? Is it, man, it's gotta be either like really early in the morning or extremely late. Time has been really funny for me this week, as I live in Arizona and we don't change time, like as far as daylight savings and things. Wow, Lloyd, you're up bad late. Means the stream's not that far behind if you heard me. Anyway, Arizona doesn't change from daylight savings time, and the rest of the world just did. So now I've got to readjust, you know, my family across the country. Are they behind me? Are they ahead of me? That sort of thing. So he gets my cast out, which gets his cast out, which means I have no more. I can't cast out anything anymore. So he gets my angel because he's going to sack my graveyard. Okay. And he's going to go ahead and do that now, I assume. Sorry, cat. That's oh, really? He's gonna let me choose something. I think I'll take a minister. No point in attacking with those, right? Definitely throw down the search. So we trade for his 2 zombies, and we'll play our search. We have 1,000,000 mana, and we can just pass the turn. Forsake the Worldly. Ooh, I don't know if he has Forsake the Worldly in the sideboard here or not. No, he just has the Angel of Sanctions, which gets pretty much anything, and no Forsake the Worldlies here. Let's get back over to the game. Our opponent's waiting for us to do things, and we're looking for our sideboard. I don't think the deck runs Field of Ruin. Matter of fact, I didn't see any. No, no Field of Ruin. Just Ipnu Rivulet. I think all decks could run Field of Ruin. I just wanted to play this list and get a feel for like its weaknesses and, you know, its strengths, and see if they're like, how is the meta going to react with this being considered, you know, one of the top decks in the meta. I don't know if it's one of the top decks or not, or if Pascal Maynard just got really lucky. I know I've played it horribly, and it still puts out an impressive power level. And let's see what we get off the search. While looking for Azcanta, we have found we're still looking for Azcanta, guys. So I actually like 2-in-1. You'll notice most of my decks I run like two. I want to be able to get rid of this land. Search for Azcanta. This one, Azcanta the Sunken Ruin. Oh my God! In a deck that's built to really abuse this land, like any good control deck, the land itself will just get away from you. Let's see. Nope, I want strategic planning, and no, I'm going to keep strategic planning. And then we will cast strategic planning. We get an angel. I guess we cast the angel. We'll cast angel. We'll get back an angel. So if we cast angel, we get back angel. And then I guess we get his treasure map. And then go to combat. Does he give us Minister? There goes a Haship. And we get in for 2. Take it while we can get it. Jamie, welcome to the stream. Played with it last night at your LGS. Standard went 3-1. When it hits, the deck is unstoppable. When you don't get good draws, it sucks. Well, right now we're just kind of treading water, trying to chip in this last points of damage here, and it's being rough. I ran the Esper list that was floating around, the new version that had the Seeker Squires and things like that in it. I ran that here a couple weeks back, and I really liked that deck. That deck was a lot of fun. And this one seems like pretty much the same thing, but I kind of like the idea that you can get a Refurbish. Like, you can actually cast that. The last time I was playing Refurbish, we were playing around with like Mardu Gearhulks. Speaking of which, I wonder if that would be fair. That was a fun deck. We might have to play around with some Refurbish guys and see what we can get away with. Okay, you take my angel, you get a cast out, and you get my other angel. you've got me now. You're so clever. Okay, Ipnu Rivulet off the top would be decent. Or just a really good card. Put Negate in the graveyard. A little late for Negate. No, I'll keep the Negate though. And we'll just get in combat. And we'll pass the turn. Negate's how we're gonna win, so I couldn't pitch it. Jamie, that deck was probably one of the most fun things I've run in a long, long time. It's just, it's like inevitability. Their life total is going to continue falling. I haven't run any of the Rakdos versions yet, but I've really been wanting to run some of those. And we'll let him have Hour here. Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe we should have countered Hour. God-Pharaoh's Gift. No, we'll just cast it. Why not? Yeah, double trigger with nothing. We'll pass the turn. I went 4-1 with that deck on stream, Jamie. Like it's just really, really good. I didn't realize how good Supernatural Stamina was until I got to play in that deck. Talking about this deck with Regal Caracals? See, that's my thing. If you're not using Gate to the Afterlife to fill your graveyard, you know, with its loot effects and things like that, then, and you're just filling your graveyard with spells that allow you to pitch things, why aren't we throwing some big creatures in this deck? Yeah, we'll put that in the graveyard. We can't cast that. We're pretty much just dead here. Oh. I think I've played us just into a bad situation here, guys. An Hour of Promise deck is by far the best deck to be running one or singleton copies of things like this. Well, we can't have that. What do we get? Champion of Wits in the graveyard? Yes. And we drew a Champion of Wits. Okay, we're gonna draw 4, discard a bunches. And we'll go to combat. Maybe I should have went ahead and Champion of Wits again. I guess the actual play would have been to discard the Angel and Champion of Wits, so I could have triggered them both here. So we'll go ahead and grab this. She enters the battlefield. Get this Ixalan's Binding. This enters the battlefield. We'll get this cast out. Grab treasure map. He scries. He makes a bunch of treasures. We no longer get to target this, I don't think. And here's where my mistake comes to bite us. Well, we can attack for 4. Can't block that. Is he just going to start the chain back over? Well, I think I'm going to opt here. We'll put that on the bottom. We get a Refurbish. We get a basic land, yay! We had 1 left. Mardu Vampires. See, I like cut. I think that more and more decks are starting to create these board stall effects and things like that, and I think we need more ways that can kill from, you know, behind a board stall. I've been looking into a Mardu tokens list that actually splashes. Well, I mean, it's the white-black tokens, but Mardu. Well, there ain't much we can do here. We're not going to play this yet. Well, I've actually was looking into munitions. That's bad. I was looking into this the makeshift munitions, and there's a point in tokens where you no longer want to scry. You wish you could do damage instead of scrying, and I counted in a couple of the test matches I was running the tokens decks, and I was doing, you know, upwards of 15 to 20 sacks per game, and if half of those would have been, you know, points of damage, then we would have changed a lot of games there. Alright, so we've got nothing. What are we putting in the graveyard? No. Play our Champion of Wits. I mean, we're going to lose to the clock anyway here. Strategic planning. Bunch of stuff we just don't need. Herself. Game over. Well, we'll get into game 2 here. Oh, Marionette Master's so good. I like those decks. Alright guys, so we'll go ahead and jump into game 2. So let's take a look at the deck a little bit more here. Jamie, did you say you had actually ran this deck? Or you had like tested with it or anything like that, or you just want to see more before you actually bought it? Alright, game 2, or sorry, match 2 with our, or match 2 with Pascal Maynard's second place deck from the Pro Tour. Here we go. So we won the dice roll, and let's take a look. Well, we get a Sacred Cat, and then we get to draw and discard a bunch of stuff. We get a bunch of selection. I kind of like all the selection. Okay. So we're just going to run out the Sacred Cat here. I think that's the safest play against like most of the meta. I think if they're control, I might have wanted to go for opt. I don't know. So as of right now, I don't really have. Well, that changed. I thought I didn't have any cards I wanted to discard. I think we can still just safely go for strategic planning this turn. Ooh. Well, I know we want land. I really want that search, but I don't. I'm just going to take the plains. And we're going to get in for one. Treasure maps, Tezzerets, Marionette, Fatal Push. The 2-drop that dies, you get a treasure. Okay. So just, are you running any, he's got this ability on him. You pay 3 mana, you sack a creature, get 2 treasures. Like Reckless Knave or something like that. That card looks really interesting when I'm playing around with Marionette builds. To anyone just joining the channel, thanks for joining us, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to be streaming quite a bit more as far as live stream goes. So here I kind of want a strategic planning into another blue. Let's just go ahead and attack for one. And there's a Glacial Fortress. I like that. So we'll just go ahead and take the Glacial. And now we can opt. We've seen a lot of cards with this deck. Gift of Paradise, okay. Black-white with it. Or, well, I mean, it has to have white, right? Like, you have to have Angel of Invention. And then I get going black, but how do you give up the blue? Like, how are you going to fill your graveyard without the blue? Just curious. Or are you even worried about filling the graveyard? Gate to the Afterlife, maybe? Yeah, Spell Swindle seems like it would be extremely good in any Marionette Master deck. We can put this on top. So ramp is back, huh? Oh, Tezzeret. I thought you were talking about some type of God-Pharaoh's build. Champion of Wits. That's really good for us. And we can play a... Let's go ahead and do that. Refurbish God-Pharaoh's Gift. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Draw 2 cards. Actually, next turn I'm going to start hard casting these things. I'm going to drop a Chart of Course. I'll drop one of them. I'm going to play a Minister. And then we're going to start trying to get in for some more points of damage. Sacred Cat finally dealing with the Gift of the Paradise. Got that 3 damage back, guys. This card. I remember when it was spoiled, everybody was like, "Oh my God, that's the one drop we're getting. That's what we get for white." Oh, this card is getting on my nerves. Why do 2 zombies just absolutely shut us down? That shouldn't be. Okay, well, we're gonna play the cat. Man, I really want to go wide with this one. I think I'm going to. And then we'll try to kill zombies. Slay zombies. Slay zombies. Alright. He lines up, he blocks. Defend against what? That? Yeah, that seems like a thing. Okay. What is this deck we're playing against here, fellas? Well, we'll cast that. We'll cast this one. Cast this, draw 2 cards, discard a card. Okay, so if you ran Scavenger Grounds and you cast an Hour of Devastation and you needed to, or an Hour of Promise and you needed to get a desert, wouldn't you get, I'm just going to discard the God-Pharaoh's Gift, but wouldn't you get a Scavenging Grounds? I mean, you would, right? Does he not run Scavenging Grounds? We are 1 land from hard casting this thing. We're 1 land from bringing back Champion of Wits. Okay, Bobby 07. Right? It might be a punt. He might have just didn't think about it and didn't go get it. Deserts ramp. Jun at that. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. If he can't, he or she loses 5 life. Oh, Sacred Cat. You little thing, you. Powerful enchantments coming out of these ramp decks. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I will sacrifice my Sacred Cat. Draw my land. Play my God-Pharaoh's Gift. Go to combat. Angel of Invention. Counters. Attack. And then pass the turn. Now if he wants to deal 5 damage to me for not sacking one of my dudes, so. Right, Torment of Hellfire would be really bad. You got something to finish up. If he assumes that I wouldn't take... No. Oh, I don't get the option. I have to do it. That's bad. Well, we'll bring back our Sacred Cat. And then I want to draw some cards. I think it's going to be our better form of protection against against him just casting like Torment of Hellfire or something like that. Yeah, I hate that that's not just a May. Ooh, we have double Refurbish. We have a God-Pharaoh's Gift in the graveyard. We don't need double Refurbish. Although I like being able to cast Angel this turn. I'll drop the Champ. And then we will hardcast Angel here. I'm going to take the servos. So this should give us some board presence that if he doesn't have another board wipe, then I don't think his little enchantment's going to do much to us. Although, I mean, in his colors, there's a bunch of enchantments that he could be using. Scavenger grounds. So he did have one, guys. Okay. Well, that's not cool. Think he'll scavenger grounds before he passes priority in our main phase? Because if he does, then we can make this Champion of Wits. before he can scavenger grounds. Varaska. Okay. That's a lot of mana. Oh wow. Now he's gonna scavenger grounds. Is he honestly going to let us get to our main phase? He lets us untap and get to our main phase. We just make the... 1 second, sir. Alright, he's going to do it here in our upkeep. We hit a land. So is Scavenger Grounds the only thing you need in your deck to just take this deck back off the market? Or do you have to have an hour promise to be able to get to it? Well, sometimes we can pray that they punt that bad Lloyd. We'll set him up to make the mistakes. Lord knows we make enough of our own on this side. Or I make enough of my own. Well, there went our last one. Hey, hey, Champion of Wits. Come on, buddy. Okay. Well, we don't need Refurbish anymore. Well, I guess we... making him keep sacking his lands? And he has to sack another one here. Hey, we win. Cool. All right. Lloyd, maybe you just play against better players that don't allow you to do that type of thing. All right, so what do we got over here? Angel of Sanctions seems okay with taking his curses away from him. Is this what we do? We just bring in Angel of Sanctions every game? Well, I mean, to be fair, we've played two ramp decks, both with different win cons. So this deck did not have blue in it. I will not be bringing in Jace's Defeat. Will not make that punt. I don't know what to take out. Maybe the deck doesn't need much of a sideboard. We just need to be able to get down our combos and... how do we... see, this deck not having a way to destroy their lands, no Field of Ruin, I don't really know if I like that. Because they sack the other deserts and keep the scavenger grounds. Yeah. Maybe Negate I'll actually drop cast out for Angels. And I'm actually going to cut 2 charts for Negate. I think chart might be one of our sacrificable spells as far as discarding out. Ooh, can't keep this unless you want to just like discard the hand size and play that game plan. I don't think it works though. What's a start? Champ on top. Okay. And opponent passes turn. So we'll draw our champion, play our planes, play our sacred cat, and then we will just pass back. Oh, I hit the auto pass thing. I'll have to remember that when we start going to combat later. What song is this? It's a good song. Or it seems cool. Oh, Bowser is Pissed. Mario Remix. Seems good. Alright. We'll go ahead and go to combat here. Gaining that 1 life. It's a 2-point swing right there, guys. Night Market Lookout is a 3-point swing. That card is amazing. Black just got much better 1-drops. Okay, kitty. Alright, so we get a search for Azcanta here. I mean, I'm not going to play it this turn. I'm just going to go ahead and get down the Champion of Wits. We have a Refurbish, so we'll go ahead and discard that. And I feel a Braid from the opponent, so I'm going to hang on to my second Refurbish. We have no creatures in the graveyard though, so Hour of Promise, there we go. So we get Scavenger Grounds and another one. Well, we will go ahead and refurbish the God-Pharaoh's Gift. Even though we do not have a creature in the graveyard. And I think we'll ask him to sack his deserts. I mean, if he's a ramp deck, we can put down the pressure early and we can just kind of sandbag our things. Like, he kind of needs to sack the deserts now for 4 cards, or sack a desert for 4 cards. I just hope he can't abrade then do it. I mean, if he has a braid, he can do that, but okay, so an Ipnu Rivulet and we'll grab a Champion of Wits. We will draw and discard. So we can discard Irrigated Farmland, Plains. I want to keep this considering he's going for that effect at this point. Okay, so he struggles it. Now he has survive in the graveyard. That's a thing. So we'll go ahead and throw that down and pass the turn. Well, he's got a lot of answers to graveyard. Lloyd, thank you for showing up tonight, man. Replay will be on YouTube tomorrow. Have a good one, bud. Vraska, I think that's going to be it for game 2 for us. Put the island in the graveyard. Yes. Flip it? Sure. He's got 3, 4 mana. See if we can get a Sacred Cat here, maybe? And we'll take the Sacred Cat. And we'll swing at Vraska. Maybe we can get some damage in on Vraska, but I doubt it. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Now, we do get to chart a course here. Oops. Need blue to cast blue spells, right? Oh, wow. Keep forgetting this is a land. Wouldn't have changed anything, Refurbish. Nicol Bolas, the God-Pharaoh. Well, I guess I can get rid of a God-Pharaoh's gift. The God-Pharaoh giveth, he taketh away. And then I'll get rid of one of these angels. This Angel of Sanctions about to get cast. Land, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Angel of Sanctions on. We need everything to just go so perfect for us right here when we sack this land. So we're going to take Nicol Bolas. And then we're going to mill ourselves and pray. We got no creatures. Okay, well then we're just dead. Because Vraska kills this, gets Nicol Bolas back. And then we can do the same thing again the next turn if he did. Scavenger grounds. It's pretty brutal. Pretty brutal, guys. Oh, and that thing. 7 mana enchantment. Has the format slowed down this much that we can play 7 mana enchantments? Okay. So I'm going to keep a strategic planning. I'm just going to do it again. He's just going to finally sack everything. And now he eats the graveyard. That's going to be the game, guys. Alright. Can't beat Vraska, Nicol Bolas, and that enchantment, whatever it was called. So we definitely want Cast Out and our Angel of Sanctions. We're going to want all of those. Sacred Cat's not as important. I want more creatures though, like a heavier creature base seems good. We'll take out 1 cat, then we're just going to run it back. Okay, so well, we don't need this. Negate, those seem good here. Opt, Sacred Cat. We have no combo pieces, but we have some play. Can't play the cat on turn 1 anyway, so we're just gonna play this so that we can play both the cat and opt on turn 2. So the Irrigated Farmland, and then turn 2 we'll have a white and a blue available. Or double white, double blue if we want it. Okay, so he plays a mountain and passes back to us. We'll go ahead and play our Glacial Fortress, and I no longer want to opt. I now want to play that. Get our 2 energy. Play the Sacred Cat and pass the turn. So, I mean, it's a fairly good start. We don't have any combo pieces yet, though. That's not bad either. I think I can go ahead and fire that off. Do we need another Angel of Sanctions? I think we're looking for more land. I scryed it to the bottom. We get it anyway. So we had 3 in our deck, and 2 of them were... No, all 3 of them had to be stacked all directly on top of each other. So we're just going to start attacking. We're going to get as much early chip damage as possible in. We don't have any of our combo pieces, so without a Refurbish, I don't really want to just start dumping the graveyard. There's his Gift of Paradise. I'm okay with that one. It's the one that can go get the desert that I want to stop. Ooh, search for Azcanta. I can't risk it. As much as I want another land, if he gets an Hour of Promise, we're just dead. That's pretty good too, though. Okay. Well, this is not going so good for us here, guys. we will draw 2 and discard. I think we'll discard both of these. We'll play our land for the turn. We're gonna mill ourselves. And then we're gonna get in. Sacred Cat putting in work. We need some piece of the combo. Refurbish. We need, like, actually I would not want God-Pharaoh's gift in hand right now. But now he's going to exert. Don't think we're in the position to worry about the scavenger grounds now. Really want another land. We can take the Irrigated Farmland. If that would have been a Plains as our other option, I would have taken the Plains, so I could bring back the Sacred Cat. But with it being an island, it didn't really matter. Wow, this lets you go get a basic or a desert. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Put it onto the battlefield, not tapped. So if we just play Angel of Invention next turn, we swing for 1, 2, 3, 4. We swing for 5. And it didn't matter, he already had this. I can't negate the chef at monitor. Sack the graveyards. Yeah, we'll put the island in the graveyard and we will transform. And I'm gonna make servos. Considering this dies no matter what next turn, I like to leave the servos behind. So do we cast Sacred Cat? Or do we leave up Negate? I think we leave up Negate. So we exert. I assume he kills Angel? He does kill the Angel. Okay. Bye, Angel. Oh, why didn't I just counter that? Oh, I am an idiot, guys. So many punts in this game. So sorry. Yeah. That's game. I'm sorry. I've tilted after that. That is just horrible. Can we win out from here? Do we even have the possibility? This deck plays a lot slower than I expected it to as well. Yeah, major punt. Just let him have a nickel bolus when I had 2 mana open and negate in hand. I know that we've only played ramp decks here, but I am not as impressed by the deck as I normally am. Like, it feels powerful if everything works, but when it doesn't work, it just seems, ugh. Okay, so this is almost as good as it gets. So we'll keep. I mean, it's a turn 2 Sacred Cat, but it's a turn 1 Minister. So we turn 1 Minister. Pass the turn. He's gonna shock my Minister? Okay. Well, we're just a discard away from a pretty good hand. So we'll just play Cat and pass back. Zev. Alright. I see why the opponent killed our turn 1 Minister now. Because when you have the Refurbish, you want nothing more than to just start dumping your entire deck into your graveyard. Okay, well, he's tapping 2 mana. I don't know what he's going to do with it. Earthshaker Kenra, well, Sacred Cat won't be blocking. So we will take 5 here. Yep, down comes Ragavan. And then I assume like we get do we attack? I guess not, but if it's a non-crop crasher next turn, then it doesn't matter, does it? We would wish we would have at least gained the 1 point of life from attacking. Comes down with on-crop crasher. We're looking at taking 8 damage this turn. Now it's 9 with the Sun-Scorched Desert. Okay. We will trade with Earthshaker Kenra if given the opportunity. Frostodon. At least it doesn't have haste. However, we can't gain life now. And there goes the kitty cat. We take 5 and go to 9. Down comes Ragavan. So definitely not the worst he could have done to us, but pretty bad. Now, do remember, Rampaging Frostodon actually took one of Crasher's spots. So I think we go opt. Let's just put that on the bottom. Strategic planning? Sure. Strategic planning. Cast out Charter Course. Do we want to land? Ooh, Charter Course is what we want in it. So we can discard. I think it's just way too late. So we'll make the cat. However, if he's got removal for it, we're just dead here. He's got lethal on board. Without being able to gain life, I don't know if we're going to be able to come back. Rampaging Frostodon's pretty good. I want to play the Dagger deck. And he shocks it, and that's game. All he's got to do is turn his creature sideways. It's going to be a short stream if we get 3-0'd, guys. Or 0-3. What do we use? I mean, it's red deck, so we definitely want the authority. We want the hostile. Fairgrounds Warden is really good. I think we come off of a little bit of our I'm actually going to come off of the strategic planning. Actually, this is the slower card. Do we just come off of the I think I'm just going to split the difference and go 2 and 2 with the Charter Course and strategic plannings. Venerus, how you doing, buddy? Oh yeah, we're definitely got the authority of Consuls in there. Okay. Man, hand looks great if it had 4 lands. There's a 5-lander with Charter Course. Seems bad, right? Turn 2, draw 2 cards, discard 1. Seems really bad. Against red deck. Well, we've just gotten run over a lot. I'm going to keep this. Sure, that'll work. We got ran over a lot. We've run into 2 ramp decks, and both of them had easy access to their scavenger grounds and plenty of deserts to get rid of. So they were able to keep our graveyards 100% under control. And then this is game 3, and we're against mono red. So we might be looking at an 0-3. So it's pretty brutal. Granted, I've made some major punts, but so has our opponents. And the fact that they just have easy, like the first 2 decks we ran into had just such easy access to their scavenger grounds, and he's had a shock for our turn 1 minister both games, or our early minister. So, I mean, again, maybe Pascal Maynard is just awesome, which I don't doubt that one bit, but man, I really think he might have just kind of gotten lucky with it. At least we have some Ipnu Rivulets here to dump. This deck just doesn't feel that powerful. It feels powerful when it's working, but it doesn't feel like inevitable, like I'm going to get this online. Like if you give me enough time, I'm going to get this online. No, not actually. Like there's so many holes in this deck to, I might get it online, or you might easily have an answer to it. Okay. Minister. Additional Rivulet. At least our opponent's not coming out flying, like he didn't have a bunch of heat. However, like this will probably be like Hazard. If we get like Glacial Fortress off the top, he can play as Hazard. Well, we're waiting on him to decide. Alright. Well, he's going to attack. You exerting? No exerts. I didn't actually expect an exert. Can we afford to Rivulet here? I don't think we do. Now we have to. And we're just dead. Well, looks like the meta definitely has answers today. Although this deck hasn't answered our deck. They're just flat out killing us. Magma Spray's good. Magma Spray's really good against us. Lightning Strike, then if he can play anything. Soulscar Mage. Watch, Soulscar Mage into Hazard, into I'm dead. Maybe we should play red deck, guys. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll just play red deck next week or next stream. Well, we're gonna mill ourselves because, you know, why not? Well, my white land was coming, followed by Fairgrounds Warden, Hostile Desert, and Authority. All the cards we needed to survive. That is not one. Well, guys, that's going to be the stream for tonight. Unfortunately, we went 0-3, and I can't say nothing about the deck. The deck's definitely proven. But I guess maybe it's not my cup of tea as far as playstyle, or maybe I just need a lot more practice with the deck. Maybe it's not a deck that you just want to pick up when you've never played it. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's not something that you just want to grab and play. There's some small interactions that you need to get used to. One of the punts I had tonight was I should have actually. I had 2 God-Pharaoh's gifts down, and that's right. Like games where we've had 2 God-Pharaoh's gifts down, we still lost. So I had 2 God-Pharaoh's gifts down, and I could have used Champion of Wits so that I could have thrown other things in the graveyard before the second trigger, and I didn't understand that interaction and should have done that. But there's quite a few different things that you probably want to definitely get a couple repetitions in with this deck before you take it to your F&M. Pascal Maynard took it to a really solid finish in the Pro Tour with a 2nd place. I mean, you can't say that the deck is just bad. However, the 2 decks we ran into both had easy access to scavenger grounds, so maybe he snuck one in and now the deck's back on the back burner until everyone forgets about it. Maybe Pascal just made a meta call and it was the perfect call. I don't know. I do know with the fact that he made Refurbish a thing again, I want to try like some kind of Mardu Gearhulks or Esper Gearhulks list or something where we can just turn for Gearhulks, because combustible Gearhulks, awesome. Yeah, let's do it. Anyway, that's going to be the show for tonight. For those of you that showed up late, I'm sorry. For everyone else that was here, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. The replay will be up again. Sorry about the microphone. And then, other than that, I did have fun. I hope you had fun. We'll see you next time here on the Sideboard.